Okay, so day 21, isn't it? Not long to go now. In a bit of a hurry today, so that's why you've got me doing these press-ups wearing jeans, which is not ideal, but need to make a quick exit after we do these. So let's talk, let's get started. Okay, so up to 40. These jeans that I'm wearing I've had probably about 6 or 7 years, and the pair I had before this were the exact same, Levi's 511 jeans, and I love them. They're exactly what I want from a pair of trousers, in the sense they fit me perfectly, in the sense I like them quite fitted around the thighs, looser but not baggy around the calves. And the reason I'm talking about them is because in the last decade or so, I have, well, maybe last 5 years, let's say, really had an appreciation for the mantra that if something works, if something isn't broke, don't change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think that's the way you phrase it. And when you find something you really like, and I've got a couple of sweatshirts, t-shirts, and a couple more pairs of jeans that I will just keep. And this, you'll see there, I had a rip in the trousers, and you know, I think maybe when a decade or so ago, if I had a rip in a set of clothes, I would chuck it out and get a new pair. But I went out of my way to get these repaired just so I could hold on to them, because if I found something that I'm comfortable in, it really takes the uncertainty, the headache of having to find a new item of clothing to replace and rely upon. These are just reliable. I know exactly how they're going to feel. I know what I can and what I can't do. I know what clothes they go with. And so my take on fashion has become a lot more convenient, in the sense that if it makes me feel good, it is what I'm going to prioritize. I've never been particularly fashionable, which I don't think anyone would disagree with that, but I've really started to embrace that now. I think one thing that I've noticed in the last few videos is I keep talking about how my perspective on things today is different from my perspective on things about a decade ago. And one of the useful things of videos like this is it allows me to reflect on how I think I've changed, and think of things that I used to prioritize, and even mindsets that I used to have, as relatively little as 5-10 years ago, and how I think today. I think the COVID period really changed a lot of things for me. It really allowed me to sit with my thoughts and think. Becoming a father, getting married, all those things have all really impacted the way I think about things. And part of me was thinking, is all this change in perspective and mindset, is that all just the influence of social media? That did it used to be one way 10 years ago, and I was brainwashed in that mindset, and now I'm being brainwashed in this different perspective of consistency, of simplicity, and these things I'm saying about fashion today? I don't think so, because I know that if I look online, you can find media to fit your own narrative. And so I know that if I thought the opposite, and I thought working hard and grinding and putting in the hours and hard work and output was all the priority, then I'm sure there are a lot of gurus and channels and things I could find to support that. And instead, it probably is a self-fulfilling prophecy that if I find the things that I do important, that's what I'm going to seek out and watch. So I wonder how much of it is the online material controls me versus me choosing my online material. Okay, so 35 up to 75, and that makes me think, how are things going to change in the next 5-10 years? So although I'm talking about all these perspectives, views, thoughts, I am much more aware now how my views could change with different life events, with different learnings in different stages of my life. So everything that I am thinking, I think I believe quite strongly at the moment, but I'm very open and would be very comfortable with that changing and going to a different view. So I mean, even things like consistency, the importance of waking up early, and I think perhaps a shift more towards balance, this perspective on things that keep prioritizing things that are comfortable and bring me joy. I mean, I can't think of the other things that we've spoken about, but I am very open to the fact that in 5-10 years, my views may either completely 180 back to the way they were, or just be completely something else. So I think I am not going to be die hard on any of the things that I've said, and I think if there is strong rationale reasons for me to change those, I'm very open to do that. And I think that level of adaptability and open-mindedness is something I'm going to promote, and not let myself get trapped, not have arguments with people who have other points of view. I accept different people need to think different things depending on what stage of life they're at, and who's to say that there is a right path or a right decision on any of these things. It's just what I'm doing right now today, and it's working. So things may change. I think that level of that point about adaptability and being open to new information and changing your views, I think is a really important skill, because I think with technology, AI, climate change, social structure, everything that seems to be so up in the air at the moment, I think things are really going to change a lot over the next 5 years. And so keeping an open mind on how to adapt to all the new information and new society, I think is more important than the views you hold currently. Great, done in 3. That was a bit of a rambling one today, but we'll see you again tomorrow.